and welcome back to Opal&Mint. I am Ashley, and welcome back to our Flower Everyday series. This is where we're painting a flower every single day in the month of July. We're using the flower color guide as our reference, and we are keeping these quick, simple, and beginner friendly. And I'm trying to remember what day we're on. Let's see here. I think we are on day 15. If I can get, there it is. 15, and today we're painting this. We're on page 336 of the flower color guide in case you have this at home so you can follow along. I don't know how to say this, but it looks just like a calla lily. This is an Anthurium. Flower people, tell me. But it looks exactly like a calla lily. Last year in our watercolor month, we painted this calla lily. Oh, I guess it is different. That is different. Interesting. When I see these plants, I always think they look fake because they look so plasticky. But anyways, we painted this last year. If you didn't follow along last year and you want to paint this, it's in our playlist called Watercolor Month. Anyway, this is what we're painting today. This one should be fairly quick and simple, but I'm sure we can figure a way of making it complicated, as always. But we're going to try to keep it very, very basic. What brush should we use today? As always, I'm using a different paint every single day. This month, we're still going strong. We're on palette number 15, so we are halfway there. I honestly don't know if I have enough to get to 31. We'll see. This is Karatake Gansai Tombi paint, and I figured this would be the perfect color for that. So I think I am going to need some kind of mixing surface, though, to mix up my darker purple. All right, so I think I want to use a round brush with a really nice point. Let's see. You know, a dagger might be fun for this, but I don't think we're quite ready for a dagger. They're a little bit more uncontrollable, especially one that long. You know what? Someone commented that they got the Holbein brush that I found and linked. So I want to use that today. Y'all are inspiring me. Okay, this is the Holbein Gold round size 8. So I think I actually am going to take this color. If you don't know these paints, they're Japanese, I believe, watercolors. And they're kind of a different watercolor than watercolors from the US. They're traditionally a little bit more opaque, and so this will work really well for what we're painting today. So I'm going to start with a light color and kind of do the outline of the flower, and then we'll go in and add some darker moments. But I think I just want to do 2 of them, and let's just go for it. All right, so the bottom of this has like a little bit of a heart shape. So we're gonna start, this is gonna be the base of our flower. We're gonna go down and up like a flower, like a heart. Get a little bit more water on my brush. Down and up. Feel like it looks like a butt and not a heart. It's okay. Okay, this is gonna come up and curve that way. It will come together, okay? So we have our outline. I know it's a very light color, so it's hard to see, but let me fill this in. That will help a little bit. I can't unsee it. Maybe let's make this a little bit, there we go. Make that a little bit more rounded. I don't know if that helped, but. All right, so I'm just coloring in the lines now. It has a little fold over there. So we need to let this dry before we do a pokey out bit. But I do want to take a few lines of a darker color. So I'm going to take some blue and mix it in with this. Get some more blue. I need a deeper pink. I don't think I'm going to quite get, let me get a touch of the blue-gray deep. That might help. We'll deepen it up, and then we'll add some of that pink in there. It's going to be a very dusty purple, but because of the colors I'm using. But there's a little bit deeper of a purple. So while it's still wet, I'm going to get a lot of it off of my brush, and I'm just going to do little curving lines from that center point, all coming back there. Very, very lightly. I don't want it to be too much. Okay, how are we feeling about that? I don't like it. I really don't. Let's see. This side dried a little bit, so let me wet it. Kind of fade that out. I'm going over those lines to smooth them a little bit. I think that helps some. Okay, well, I don't love it. I don't hate it either. Let me see if I can, these are going to be a little bit more difficult to lift, but if I can lift some color in between those lines. Nope, nope, nope. I just need to leave it alone. Okay, we're going to move on. I think that we need to keep it simple, and then we'll do the middle part in the stems. So let's move on. I want to try to do this like squiggly one. So yes. All right, so we're going to go here, and we're going to do a very sharp up curve, and then this one curves in and whoop. Okay. And then we're going to go on the other side of it. This is a little bit longer of a curve. It also goes in here, out, and then up to a point. And then we're going to do the fold over bit in just a minute, but I want to fill this part in. I know it looks like some squiggly lines right now, and it is. It's exactly what it is. There's actually a little touch of green on the tip of this, so I'm going to take my green and just touch the tip and see if that'll just kind of blend down. Yeah, I think I'm going to just lightly put in a tiny bit of green on the tip of this one. Paper is dry on this one already. It's interesting, these paints seem to be drying faster on this paper than my other paints. All right, so I'm going to take my slightly darker purple and tap off a little extra water, and we're just going to, I want to tap some in the center where that's going to go, and then I feel like the dotting tool might have been a better way to go with these lines, especially if you put a dark here and then kind of pull that dark out, kind of curve it. Yeah, that might have been a better move, but what's done is done on the other one. I like this green, and I'm going to pull this green down just a little bit with my dotting tool. That's really, really pretty. Okay, so there's that. I want to go ahead and pull the stems down, and these stems are interesting. They're green, but then they kind of fade into that deep reddy purple. I'm going to actually take the maroon. Okay, this color will work. This color is going to definitely help get that deeper. Yeah. We might use this actually with the blue for the center of the flower. That's going to work. Okay. I want to actually start the stem on the bottom. It's kind of backwards from what I normally do, but I'm going to start from the bottom of the paper and pull up, and then we're going to tap in some of this purple. So let's just go here and pull that stem up. I'm actually going to go all the way to the flower, and then I'm going to go into my deeper color and just push that in to the stem, like so. Okay, do the same thing on the other one. They're very straight stems on these. Okay. And then I'm going to get this color. And we're just going to lightly feather and push that paint down the stem. Just like so. Okay. I think what's going to pull this together is doing little sticky out bits. But I also want to do this fold over really quick. So let me take my light purple. So we've got this curve here, and then we can see the underside of this. Would you call this a petal? Here. Like so. And then oh my goodness, I can't talk. To further define that, we're going to take our deeper purple, and we're just going to take the very tip of our brush and lightly, very, very, very lightly outline that curve, like so. And if it's a little uneven or shaky, it's okay. It's watercolor. It's totally fine. I'm actually going to do that on this one with some like broken up lines even. So it's just a little bit here and there. That could just be a style. I'm going to be honest, I'm not in love with this one, but I don't hate it either. I feel like this could have been a little bit better. I feel like this needs like a really light center down the middle of it, and I did not leave this white space. So I'm going to take a just wet, clean brush, and I'm going to basically scrub out this, and then let me take my cloth and see if it'll lift. If I was using a different paint, this would lift a lot better. These Japanese paints, these Karatake ones, don't really lift that well. So that's on me. Okay, so I'm gonna mix up the deep blue gray with the maroon and get this kind of color here. Now this is where I was planning on using the dotting tool, was on this. So we're going to do our little sticky out bit. All right, so it's gonna go from here up here. Oh, it's wet because I just tried to lift. That's dumb. Ashley, use your brain. Like, oh, this flower is dry. Well, not when you re-wet it, goofball. Okay, so this has little dots on it, so I'm just gonna take this and do little dots. They're actually lighter, and this is gonna make them settle into that, but okay, this is driving me crazy. It's spreading. Can I lift it? No, because again, I just told you, these paints stick. Oh, there we go. That's better. I'm sorry guys, I'm struggling this morning, and I'm on a time crunch because I'm also doing this one late again. Please forgive me. Okay. It's okay if it's a little fuzzy. It's gotten really thick. Okay, let's just, I hate it. Oh, that's interesting. The texture of the cloth was left on that. That actually worked. It's too fat, but I don't really think I can fix that. I want to try that on this one though. That was a happy accident. Okay, so this one is gonna go off in this direction. Let's see, is that dry? All right, so it starts here and we're just gonna go off this way. Okay. Oh, these look awful. Okay, I'm just gonna take the cloth again, and I mean, it left the texture. That's kind of cool. Okay, I feel like I'm just done with this, and oh, that was bad. I thought this one was gonna be so simple, straightforward, and easy, and this is what happens. I feel like this one had a little bit of a fold over too. Does that help? Okay. I want to try and fix this just a tiny bit. I might ruin it more, as you know. So I'm going to take some of this more pinky, purpley color on a smaller brush And while this is dry, I'm going to kind of redo these lines very, very, very thinly. I don't know, did that help it or hurt it? I think it hurt it. Okay, I wet my brush, I washed it off, and I'm going to kind of bleed out this color. Yeah, these paints don't work like my normal paints do, and that's another thing. If you jump, when you're new, and if you jump back and forth from paint to paint, it can get really frustrating because they don't all perform the exact same way. Especially when you're going from like a US kind of watercolor to a Japanese one. They're gonna perform a little bit differently. And I honestly don't use these that much and haven't used them that much. And don't get me wrong, they still will lift and bleed a little bit, but they're just not quite the same as what I'm used to. So, okay, we're gonna wrap this one up. I'm gonna take some color and splatter. Splatter makes everything better. I kind of like the texture that the cloth left though. I think that's kind of cool. Again, we are learning from our own mistakes, and I hope that you enjoyed this one. We're gonna lift a little bit there. Yep, I hate it. Oh, it looks so bad. I want to keep messing with it, but I don't have time today. Yeah, and I don't want this video to be too long. I've been filming for 20 minutes already, so. All right, guys, sorry if this one was a little bit of a letdown. I'm gonna give you a preview of what tomorrow is to hopefully raise your spirits a little bit, and maybe mine. Day 16 will be a delphinium. Beautiful. So, all right, guys, if you did enjoy this, though, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already and you want to see our future videos, hit that subscribe button down below. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye. I'm so sorry. This one's awful. Oh, it's so awful. What is wrong with me? Trying too hard. Am I going back in? Yes, I am. Why? I don't know. Oh, I'm just going to make it worse. I think. Or am I going to make it better? A little bit of color. Rinse out the brush and then fade that color up. Okay, that helped a little bit. That helped a little bit. I hope you stay for the bloopers because you never know when I'm going to keep painting. That helps give it a little bit of fade from bottom to top anyways. Still not the greatest, but it helped it a little bit. Am I just dreaming? See, there's a little bit of a darker spot over here. Yeah, that's better. Okay, all right, bye.